Data Studio is a reporting and dashboarding tool from Google under the Google Marketing Platform. It is a free-to-use tool. That means you don't have to pay to use it. You can bring in your data and connect your data to Data Studio and start analyzing and visualizing it. It is very simple to use. That means you can get started in a very short period of time, even if you don't have previous experience with Data Studio or other visualization tools. If you have used spreadsheets and have created charts and graphs from them, that should be enough to get you started. However, Data Studio is very powerful. With its capabilities, you can create very high-performing and detailed visualizations for yourself and for your audience. It also supports real-time collaboration. That means you can work on your dashboard with other collaborators, your team members, at the same time. And there are a lot of community-driven content available for Data Studio. That means if you are trying to work on a specific data set or from a specific service, you don't have to start from scratch. You can look at the community-driven templates that are available. You can also use community-made connectors or community-made visualizations to get you started, and then bring your data into Data Studio, unite all of your data in one place, and then start telling your data stories from those data sets. Data Studio is a scalable solution. It's based completely on the cloud. You don't need any kind of client to use it. That means it is not operating system dependent. As long as you have a browser, you should be able to use Data Studio to create and view dashboards. It is also cost effective because there is no charge for using Data Studio. And it lets you create not just static visualizations, but you can also create interactive dashboards where your viewers can come in, change filters, click on charts and tables where the charts and tables will interact with each other, and the users will be able to really fine-tune all the parameters that you set and sort of derive their own insights from your dashboard. And it is also high performing. Depending on what data set you're connecting to. For example, if you're connecting to BigQuery, Data Studio is actually able to manage, handle, and process terabytes of data. It will pull in the data from the sources and then give your users a summarized view. So depending on your use case, it can scale from simple dashboards that use maybe a few kilobytes of data up to many terabytes of data. First, let's take a look at a few example dashboards or infographics that were created using Data Studio. This first one is from Mark Suarez. It talks about the Arctic sea ice that is disappearing. This is quite interesting because on the x-axis we have the years, and on the y-axis we have the millions of square kilometers of ice. And this infographic clearly shows how the yearly maximum and the yearly minimum Arctic ice has been decreasing over the years. There's a clear downward trend. Now, this isn't really an interactive dashboard, but still this is telling you a story over here. The next one we have is from Sean Miller, and this talks about how important is the first race in Formula One. Now, in different sports, getting off to a good start might show the future success of a player or a participant. However, in this infographic, we can clearly see the first message here that in 50% of the times, the first race of a Formula One season was owned by the season winner. However, the other 50% times it was owned by a different driver. And then we have a bit more details into the data. It shows the same data, but on a by decade distribution. And then you have the raw data on this right side, which shows the distribution of each of the races by year with the race sequence and whether the season winner or some other driver won a specific race. This third example is from the Google Trends team. This was published during the Brazilian presidential debate in 2018. This one shows the list of candidates at the top and then their Google Trends information over here, but this has some interactivity. For example, if you scroll down and go here, you can pick a certain candidate, and then this map chart will get filtered only for that candidate. And you can play around, pick different options, and you can scroll further down and see more information, more data, and your viewers will be able to change these filters and see how the data changes. They can have their own hypothesis, and then by selecting different filters and options, they can try out whether their hypotheses are right or not, and they can also do some exploratory data analysis through this static interactive dashboard.